one of the angles that the right wing has taken when attacking the Bowe Bergdahl deal, the deal that brought him back, is that he looks funny and sounds funny, and his father looks funny and sounds funny, and specifically they look like Muslims. It seems ridiculous, but this is not just fringe radio show people. These are some of the biggest hosts on TV, including Bill O'Reilly. He had made these comments earlier this week. In the video you're about to see, he doubles down on this particular criticism of Bowe Bergdahl's father.
I reacted. I said that Robert Bergdahl looked like a Muslim when he appeared at the White House with President Obama. A, he absolutely looked like a Muslim. B, he talked in Pashto, the language of the Taliban. And C, he thanked Allah. I thought the appearance was totally inappropriate. I said it. I'll stand by it. Well, that didn't go over so well on CNN.
Does he deserve this kind of criticism?
No, absolutely not. Look, Bill O'Reilly, the most dangerous thing that guy's ever done is walk across the street in New York to buy a burger, you know? So any of this criticism going out at Bowe Bergdahl is disgusting.
Yeah, and so his guest on that particular segment was Laura Ingraham. She agrees and said,
really, she agreed with him.
Oddly enough, was brought on not to disagree with him, and thinks specifically that speaking the language is weird. Like, you should not be allowed to speak Arabic near the White House.
But
watch this.
By the way, before you watch it, average viewer, this came out last week, average age of the viewer of O'Reilly, guesses?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
71.
So I saw your tweet on it. So it's improved to 68, I think.
No, it's 72.
Oh, 72 now. Fox News is 68.
Fox News is 68.
O'Reilly's 72. Okay.
Average viewer 72.
Average viewer 72.
We're getting close to stopping to talk about him because he's irrelevant.
He is irrelevant.
Well, here's the thing.
72-year-olds matter politically. They vote at higher rates than other groups.
I know. He's talking about his senior citizen center. I mean, he's.
But Jake, I was watching a Kennedy Center broadcast. They were honoring, I forget who it was. Bill O'Reilly was the guy given the honor. He
introduced somebody who you wouldn't have expected him to introduce, Herbie Hancock. That's right.
He narrated the little video they do that gives homage to the person that they're honoring.
That's the Kennedy, and I watched them.
Kennedy Center.
I know, but I TiVo those too with every other 72-year-old in America. I mean, nobody's watching the Kennedy Center honors except for you, me, and every geriatric in America.
But they had Snoop Dogg come out and sing.
Snoop Dogg was there too, and everybody ran.
But what I'm saying is he's not shunned by mainstream society.
No, I know. That's why we still talk about it.
And that's the problem.
And that the idiots that are, forget the Republicans, so Republicans are slaves to him, and that's why he's super relevant, right? Mm-hmm. So I get that, right? They're like, oh, what does O'Reilly say? We'll do whatever he says, right? But the bigger problem is that Democrats listen to him.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, well, if O'Reilly says that or Fox News says that, you idiots, they're so irrelevant. But unfortunately, their relevance is amplified by Washington,
D.C. And the
D.C.
people to whom they are relevant have a very loud voice, and they march, as we know, in lockstep with the people that they're listening to. And that's why it sounds louder than it probably is.
Well, and let's address what he actually said there, because they've got a lot of ridiculous criticisms of the deal. I mean, we've gone over both politicians who said you got to bring him back and then have flipped on it. We've had tweets from regular conservatives, tweets before the deal saying you got to bring him back, afterwards shoot him and the president. Like, in terms of how they address the actual deal, it's ridiculous, the hypocrisy there. But I'm amazed that if this was on MSNBC and they were mocking the appearance of someone saying they look like they're Arabs or something, how would that be allowed? There are millions of Arab Americans. And by the way, when you look at Bowe Bergdahl's dad, he has a very long beard. Yes, he does look like a stereotypical person you'd see in some sort of Taliban video. He also looks like someone you'd see walking around Jerusalem as an Orthodox Jew.
He also looks like the Duck Dynasty guy.
He looks like every fundamentalist religious person in the world.
A layer deep, you understand he's got this big, long beard. Why? Because he said he wasn't going to shave his beard till his son was released. Mm-hmm. And that's why his beard is so ridiculous. So, I mean, and for O'Reilly, like you said, John, I mean, it's so irresponsible to call him out for looking like something and assuming that everybody thinks that thing that he looks like is bad or evil. Yeah.
Go ahead. So I think that's the largest point. So, and Jimmy's right, of course. I think Daily Show did a segment on that. Like, put a bandana on him, he's Duck Dynasty. You can't tell the difference, right? And those guys, by the way, are Christian fundamentalists. So, if it talks like a duck, walks like a duck, well, it might be Duck Dynasty.
Then you might be ducked.
So, but to John and Michael's point, so he says he praised Allah, right? Allah is the Arabic word for God.
Same God.
It's the
same exact God.
It's the same word and the same God. Okay, so because it's Islam is part of the three main Judeo-Christian religions. It's supposed to be the third book if you believe that, right? So if people do not praise God in the White House, they get pissed.
Yeah.
So this guy just happens to use a different language's word for God, and they're like, how dare he?
Yeah.
How dare, it's your same thing that you want everybody else to do.
Yeah.
And it's, he speaks Arabic and Pashto. That's the language of the Taliban. No, it's the language of millions of people all across the world. Pashto is, Arabic is billions maybe.
Pashto is between 40 and
millions.
60 million. Arabic's between 420 and 440 million around the globe, including millions of Americans. Can I quickly say something about that? Because I've studied Arabic. I went to the Middle East to study Arabic there. It is criminally irresponsible to demonize the speaking of Arabic, specifically when you work for a network that wants to send hundreds of thousands of our troops into enemy lands where they speak Arabic. It would be nice if we had some Arabic translators there. So perhaps you shouldn't go on the air every day and demonize learning the tongue of millions of people that you want to invade.
So I think that we can all agree that the responsible move here is to smear and prejudge these guys and his family before we hear from him and have a trial. I think that is a responsible thing that we should try to just, throw as much shit against the wall and see what sticks. He looks Muslim because he looks like a Muslim. I think Bill O'Reilly, by the way, went on to say, we might have the clip, maybe we'll see, but he went on to say that he knows for sure that it's going to come out that father and the kid are both sympathizing with the Taliban. That's a quote, direct quote from Bill O'Reilly.
And also, this is the Family Values Network, right? Sympathizing. Yeah. This is Family Values Network. This is a father who loves his son so crazy much that he's doing everything he can.
Learning the language of his captors.
Growing a beard, staying with his wife and suffering through this pain, doing everything to get his son back. That's a family value, right?
Yeah, it's been reported that the father said that he's doing it so that if it increased a tiny percentage chance that his captors would say, oh, look, his family's a good family, etc., and it would create some sympathy so they would release him. What wouldn't you do for your son?
No, absolutely, there's nothing.
And here's the family value guys saying like, who gives a damn about this guy who loves his son so much, and you can tell in everything that he does with every fiber of his being, and they're spitting in his face. By the way, I'm sorry, one more thing, because I just thought of it. These are the same guys who said, when our soldiers came back from Vietnam, the liberals spit on them. Well, this guy's a POW in a war. He just came back, and you're proverbially, I did it again. Thank you. Spitting in his face. Ironic. Yeah. And his family's face and his father's face, he comes back, and they're like, oh, look at this POW, right? That's what Bill O'Reilly and Fox News is doing.
I forgot what I was going to say. Go ahead, John.
I'm sure it was good, though, unfortunately.
Laura Ingraham.
But I like also, really fast before we go to that he got so mad that the Rolling Stone author that you saw in that first video said that the most dangerous thing he'd done was cross the road to have a burger.
Oh,
I wish we had the clip of him saying, I covered 4 wars with a pen. With a pen.
And that pen, by the way,
Dangerous
was
life.
Loaded. The thing,
he was openly carrying it.
The thing I wanted, because they were talking about, what people don't realize is that what Bill O'Reilly's doing by attacking a soldier's family, it's exactly what he's doing. This guy was it whatever. I want to say, Bill, do you know if when that guy walked off his post, was he bipolar? Was he in a depression? Did he have a mental breakdown? Was he schizophrenic? Was he off his medication? Do we know any of this? Well, I don't know for sure. Then maybe we should shut up and wait till we hear. No, I think the better thing to do would be to prejudge him. And so what Bill O'Reilly's doing is so horrible that in that last clip we showed that the hero is Howard Kurtz. That's how fucking bad Bill O'Reilly, he's making Howard Kurtz look like the mature, reasonable sage, because he was pushing back against Bill O'Reilly for attacking that guy's family. And he said, you gotta cut this guy, meaning the father with the beard. Howard Kurtz says, you have to cut this guy some slack. And Bill O'Reilly was, why? Why? Because his son was being held by people known to chop the head off of people. That's why, I lost my keys last week. I couldn't sleep that fucking night, okay? His kid for 5 years, and then they come back and they smear him farther by saying, I heard he doesn't even speak English anymore because he wasn't around people who spoke English for 5 years. Have you ever been in a situation like that? You do forget the language. My grandpa, when he was old, he said, I have to go down and talk to the doorman because if I don't do that, I'll forget the language. That's how language works. And they continuously smear him, and that's how bad. And so that's what we're talking about Bill O'Reilly being accepted and it's not just, oh, you guys just don't like him because he has a conservative point of view. No, I don't like him because what he does is fundamentally not only anti-American, it's anti-human. What he's doing is attacking a guy for trying to get his kid, who's a soldier, back safely. There's nothing worse than that. And this should disqualify him from public life. But guess what? Not one of those people on the right are going to pay a price. Not even Joe Scarborough, who yesterday morning, Joe Scarborough said that this guy did bad parenting. Joe Scarborough said that his parenting, while the guy was being held, he said he was being a bad parent. Joe Scarborough, who's fucking divorced, left his fucking kids, said that this guy...
Well, then he's an expert.
He's expert on being a shitty dad. I'm sorry, I went off on a little... I don't mean the hot...
Weird, I'm divorced.
Got a little uncomfortable.